everyone, this is a comment I got the other day on my video. This video is kooky. KristyAnna enjoyed your early work, the videos you made early on about the history of the Wachtower. This one is such a departure from that. To document how the teachings and doctrine of the organization are wrong, or how they are not Bible-based is one thing. To say they are Satanist is ridiculous. That the founder had an interest in pyramids 150 years ago cannot possibly be used today to say the organization is occultist. It doesn't make sense. The claims have no foundation. What you use to support your claims can only work by stretching one's imagination. It feels like you're reaching for something that is not there. I'm disassociated and disappointed in you. First of all, isn't that the behavior that we as former witnesses are against? Disassociating ourselves from someone because they don't hold the same beliefs as us? We're against disfellowshipping and shunning as former witnesses. We fight against that. Because see, we're free now, and we can have friends that hold different beliefs, that don't think the exact same as us. That's something that we speak out against, disassociating from someone just because we don't agree with one video. I have thousands of subscriptions on YouTube and many videos I don't agree with, but I don't disassociate and unsubscribe and never speak to them again because they don't think exactly like I do. I think what happened here was that you started this series on number 6 and you didn't watch the first 5 videos, because I do have a lot of support for my claims. I am building a foundation. That was what I was doing with this series, to show people that this is an evil cult. So let me ask you one question. You might not see this because you disassociated from me, but please just answer. You said that because the first president was involved with the pyramids 150 years ago, that couldn't possibly mean that Jehovah's Witnesses today are somehow involved with the occult. But this is my number 3 video from the series, and as you see, I don't only speak of the first president. Here I speak of the second president, Rutherford, and later I speak of the 4th president, Frederick W. Franz. Although I will say the Jehovah's Witnesses' main teaching about 1914 did come from measuring the inside passageways of the pyramids, which was divination. It's occultist. And even though they don't tell people that's where 1914 came from, they teach it today, and is where it came from. But moving on. Frederick W. Franz was the president in the 90s when I was a Jehovah's Witness, and possibly when you were too. So notice what the 4th president is documented saying. This is from the Walsh trials. If you've never heard of that, you can look it up. You can read the whole court case. They had the president, of course, Frederick Franz, and other Wachtower representatives, and they asked them questions. And something that Frederick Franz said is amazing. The lawyer asks Franz where they are getting this information that they're putting in their publications. How did they make their New World Translation? Where did it come from, the information? And notice what he said. This is from the Encyclopedia of Cults and New Religions by John Ankerberg and John Weldon. Direct angelic guidance was the source behind the New World Translation, according to the Scottish Daily Express. F.W. Franz testified that he and N.H. Knorr headed the secret translation committee of 7, that he and Knorr, not the committee, had the last word, that he, Franz, was the head of the Society's publicity department, that translations and interpretations emanated from God in this way. They are invisibly communicated to the publicity department. This is accomplished by angels of different ranks who control witnesses. Now this is my question. What is that? If someone says that they are receiving invisible communication because angels of different ranks are controlling them, what is that called? That is demon possession, okay? When anyone says they're invisibly being communicated by spirits from the spirit realm, and angels of different ranks are controlling them. That's demon possession. Okay, now you see, that's documented from the fourth president in the 1990s, from his mouth. Okay, I'm not making this up. These are facts. I'm not reaching for something. This is from a court case. This is documented. This is not my opinion. These are facts. If these teachings are not coming from God, if Jesus didn't pick them in 1914, which we can prove, if God is not behind them, then who is? Because there are only two. There's good and there's evil. There's dark and there's light. You're either backed by God or you're backed by... Because, see, they are getting invisible communication from the spirit world, because they say that's where Jehovah, Jesus, and the dead anointed are. But it's not Jehovah and Jesus that are communicating with them. So who is it? And it can be seen by what the Jehovah's Witnesses do. I mean, look at the memorial. Do you realize that the memorial is the same as the satanic black mass? Because the Satanists, they do like a parody of the Catholic Mass, where the Catholics give the bread and wine to everyone to partake, to say that they're for Jesus. But the Satanists take the bread and wine, but they won't partake, or they'll put the wine in their mouth and spit it out to show that they are against Jesus. Well, what do the Jehovah's Witnesses do? They go to the memorial around the world, and they take the bread and the wine, and they make a visible representation to everyone, saying, I do not want this. I pass. I'm holding it in my hand, but I pass on this. And Jesus said, if you do not partake of this, you have no life in you. And the Satanists don't partake because they're showing that they reject Jesus. But there's much, much more than that. I mean, Russell, from the beginning, he blended the occult with Christianity. He used a bunch of occult symbols. Rutherford said that there was no Holy Spirit, but that angels were sending messages to his mind and his mind only. He used the radio class machine, which was basically just like a spirit board, where the doctor wouldn't touch you, but from another state could tell if you were this or that, and it's just strange. Franz admitted to demon possession. They knowingly used Johannes Grieber, and then after Johannes Grieber, then they used another spirit medium to back them. Russell and Rutherford and even the governing body today told the Jehovah's Witnesses to read a book written by a demon called Angels and Women. I mean, the Wachtower has hidden demonic pictures through it. The Wachtower itself means demons. The Golden Age, Dawn Bible students, the Wachtower, all those words are from Enochian magic. And Enochian magic is magic that is used by receiving messages from angels. And I can keep going, and these are documented facts. I'm not making them up. Look at blood transfusions. I can prove to you 100% that the governing body know for sure that there is nothing wrong with blood transfusions. I can prove that by them allowing fractions. If you don't believe me, go look at my video I've made too about blood transfusions. And it would take me a long time to explain here, but I'm telling you, I can prove 100% they know there's nothing wrong with blood. And they said it when they said you can take fractions. So if they know, then why do they allow people to die? I mean, thousands of Jehovah's Witnesses are dying, just dying and dying from not taking blood. Isn't that a little strange? And then look at all the children who are being hurt in this religion, both physically and sexually. And they have elders' books, just like the recent one, that says horrible things, like it's okay if they're looking at child, what, I can't say it, but that's horrifying. All this together, and I'm not making any of this up. It's all documented, it's all facts. From all this, you can see who is behind this religion, and it's not God and it's not Jesus. And if it was just me reaching for things, then why is it that there are books that are entitled Demonism in the Wachtower? And I believe it's my number 2 video from the series. I tell all about just one of the books that's entitled Demonism in the Wachtower. Why would there be books with that title? Because there's demonism in the Wachtower. Now, the rank and file Jehovah's Witnesses do not know this. That's why the governing body makes such a big deal about spiritism and occult and stuff like that the Jehovah's Witnesses have nothing to do with it. They can't even say good luck or bless you, and they're so scared of it because the governing body do not want the Jehovah's Witnesses to look into this kind of stuff, because if they did, then they'd realize what they were involved in. Every president and the governing body today, they've all said that they receive messages from invisible beings. And if it's not God, it's not Jesus, who is it? It's the demons. It's Satan the devil, because that's the only person it can be. And you find this out when you start researching. And I think that you haven't done quite a bit of research on this religion. You've probably done some, but you haven't really dug deep. And that's what I do to help all of you out there to realize what this religion is involved with. But when you say you're disappointed in me and I'm making it up and stuff, that doesn't look good for other people who read it. That's not true. I'm not. These are facts. I'm just showing you the facts. I was doing research for a video a few weeks ago, and I started to cry because I realized what my family was involved in, and it upset me really bad. And I know that this upsets you, and it upsets other people, because I've got a lot of backlash from this series. This isn't just directed at you, this is directed at all the people who have wrote me comments like that. I know that it's upsetting, but don't kill the messenger. I didn't do it. I'm not the one involved in it. But you can't be like a kid and just go, oh no, it's not happening. We have to just accept that this is what it is. And it is the facts, and I'm just trying to help people out there. So I'm not kooky, and I'm not making it up. I'm just trying to help you. Jesus said to not be surprised if Satan's ministers were ministers of light, because Satan was of the light also. Of course, Satan and the demons are not stupid. They're not going to their only religion is a Satanist. No, if they want to draw people in, then of course they're going to make it, their organization or their religion is going to look clean and nice, and you're never thinking in a million years it could be them. Because Satan and the demons are not stupid. And if people think that they're smarter than Satan the devil, that's not very smart, because they're not. I know it is very upsetting to realize this, but that's why I do what I do, because I'm trying to help these people get out of this. I'm trying to help these children. I'm trying to help these families to not go through what I went through or my family. I'm trying to save people from this evil cult.
Very well could have been the lifestyle of that period of time. The Bible has this one chapter on it, and it doesn't say that much, but nevertheless here we find a world filled with wickedness.